He didn't remember if he was 5 years old or 7, and his mother took him to the doctor in Beaver, and the doctor examined him and then had him sit in the waiting room. And then the door was ajar, and he heard the doctor tell his mother that he would be going blind. They did research on that, and they called it retinitis pigmentosus, and it was too close to the optic nerve for them to do anything. He would not go to the school for the blind in Pittsburgh. I think his brothers, he had 2 brothers that went, and then they taught him everything he knew about the caning, doing the chairs, maintaining. He had his own business, very particular about his chair caning, and had customers throughout the area. In August of '47, I answered an ad, and it was the Pennsylvania Association for the Blind, Beaver County branch. I was hired as a secretary, also the first driver for the branch in taking eye patients to Pittsburgh with a social worker. He was a shop foreman teaching the blind women and men to cane chairs and maintain furniture like he did. After I quit there, he'd call a cab and want to know, come out to meet my parents, my family. And then I would take him home and drop him off and get back because I had to be at work the next morning. And we just got to know each other professionally, and it was just something that happened. When I told my mother, it says, Lou asked me to marry him, and it was a surprise to me. and she said, he's blind. And I didn't tell my dad. I guess she must have told my dad. But anyways, they didn't say anything, but they come over and looked at the property with us. And we debated whether we should rent a place or build. And he said, I want to build because you just end up with a bunch of receipts at the end of the year, with rent. We bought this property. We were out here in, my parents came out in May of '51. And the place was loaded with dogwood trees. It was just beautiful. And I stood out there, and it was weeds and everything growing around, and trees. And I said, oh, what we couldn't do with this place. And I didn't even know what I was talking about. It was a lot of work. He was very particular about it. And then he'd come over and up this way with the cement blocks. This way, footer forms and cement blocks down 30 feet that way. And my dad brought the water level over and measured back here, and he said it wasn't even the 16th off. It was perfect. We did pick and shovel. He was digging the sewer lines out back, and I'm sitting up on the bank with a midriff and shorts on. He says, where are you? And I didn't answer him. I was just contemplating answering him. And I got a shovel full of dirt in my belly. My bare belly. It didn't hurt me. He said, you okay? I said, yeah. That was crazy. I can still see him going up the ladder carrying shingles. And we were working on them. He just loved doing that. He was just concerned with getting it done. And he was doing it. He loved to do that. He loved carpentry work and tools. And then someone asked him, he said, how did you do that? You were blind. He said, in the hands of God. That's what he gave God the credit, what he should get.